Vande Mataram. Good evening. This evening we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, almost one truthful topic. The topic packed with entire reasoning and truth. The caption will be on time. So, when we are speaking of the time, we are talking of the time means everyone is almost aware of the time. So, without time, I think life is almost valueless. Since time immemorial, from the very beginning itself, we are aware of the time. With the time, we are running. With the time, we are actually halting. With the time, we are moving ahead. So, time is a crucial factor for us, not only for us, for the entire race. So not only for the human race, it is for the entire universe. Time is playing a greater factor for us. So before going for when there is time, that another time is there, that timeless. So we have known that from Sri Aurobindo we have of course quoted the thing timeless in the timeless in the timeless in time ever born. So he is time. He is the play of time here. So everything is actually his lila. So in the time we can see timelessness. That with that we are actually acquainted. So now itself we will start from one this time from Julius Sevilla. Very interestingly, he had some judgments. He had some predictions, and he has a night's, of course, observation on time. See, he quotes initially, "Times waits for none. To it waits for none. If you are losing, then naturally we have nothing to do with it. Time stops for none. It is ever renewing, ever recurring, ever moving. It moves always ahead. So whatever we have seen, we have not seen, we expected that is future, and it has become a present, and immediately it has been pushed into the arms of the past. So it has become past. So future becoming the present, it has turned into the arms of the past, into the bound of the past. It has become past. So this past was once future, and it was of course it has crossed the present, where we are standing really. So see, of course, time waits for none, time stops for none. Your excuses will not slow down the time. Somebody is playing very interestingly. So many excuses are there, this, that, and that. It will wait not for time, because you have to be punctual. That punctuality, regularity, that is the major concern. Now it is in ordinary life, so also in our life of this perfection, when people who are leading this integral yogic life, of course. Then again, your indecisions can't will not delay the time. If you are not in a position to take the proper decision, indecisions can't delay the time. Your complaining is can't stall the time. If you complain, this has happened, we have to go to put a case, file a case, and all that will not, of course, it will not stall the time. And your regrets will not turn back the time. If regrets, even if you are not complaining, you are not hard-hearted, you are not actually in a very rajasic mood or tamasic mode, then also your regrets, whenever you are coming down, you are getting polite and you feel you are regretted, that also will never turn back time. So don't waste your time. That is the most crucial factor, crucial advice, of course, most important thing. Don't waste your time. Anger, regrets, and in anger, regrets, and worries and hate, that's what really we do. We waste our time for unnecessarily. So that these are the all vital factors: anger, regrets, worries, and hate. These are all vital factors. Out of ignorance, it is actually emerging out, and we are, of course, knowingly or unknowingly, we are leading a servile life. We are becoming the servants or instruments of these vital forces, because the time will not turn back and cry along with you. Very difficult, very serious thing. It will not turn back and cry with you because I have passed the time. Once this has gone and boss has left, that was the last boss you have left, so nothing to regret, it will not come back, so you have to be there. So no, it will not, and it will not cry also. 5 minutes you just roll back my timing into five for 5 minutes back, it is not also possible, because it is always the time is going ahead. So at present, if we are actually unable to glance the future on the base of the present, which is going to be past within a, maybe within a short interval, then naturally you are crying. So past is past, it will never return back. Time which lies in the front, it is yet unseen. So on the future, you don't have to lament, you have not to be anger, you have not to be worried or weep, you have to utilize the time that is with the present is with us. That is the most precious moment. You have to utilize it. It's a time to let go to the past and stop worrying about the future. No chance, no gain. If we are living most on the past, that is are not returning, and if we are looking forward to the future, nobody knows whether it is coming and when it will be rushing towards the future through present. So present is precious. This time we must salute it, we must utilize it, and we must be very much careful of it. Your only time is now, that is very precious. So make sure you are spend time with the right purpose, with your right deeds, with the right emotions, and with the right things, thoughts. This is what required from you, from us, from everybody's life. So everything, whatever, even if a fraction of the second is spent, that must be sent in for the right purpose, for the with right deeds, with right emotions and right thoughts. That is the thing. You have to put your all your effort, right effort, with the right mind, with the right attitude, in the right place, for the right purpose. That is will bring a right result for you. If anything that slips out of this right to the opposite wrong, then gone. This actually you have lost a track. And will the with the right people, of course. If this is not chosen, this right thing is a relative thing. If you are unable to get the right thing, right thought, right emotion, right this, then you are gone. So put all your right attitude, your right will, right aspiration. Make the right aspiration, make the right opening, utilize the right time properly, be punctual, right time, with the right attitude, with the right spirit, and finally the right result will come. And though you have to choose the right divine, of course. Time flies, that's a fact, but you can always spread your wings and soar with the time. See, it will not wait for you. It is actually, it is as usual speed it will go. And mother course, nature feels that men are too slow. And that time also men feel that gods are too quick. But nature feels, if the gods feel men are too slow. Men feel gods are too fast, we are not actually accomplishing, we are not actually going on with the synchronized speed. But nature in between, it feels from the right place, nature feels everything is as usual, nothing to worry. And again, navigate the lifeboat, that you can navigate the right, your boat, navigate the life the best you can, and the wings, spread your wings and soar with time. If you are losing the track, if you are losing the train, then naturally you have to wait for the next train. Nobody knows whether when it will come, and if you will be in a position to get a right seat, and maybe you must have lost your of course interest also, then it will be too late. At least 24 hours or next train you have to wait for some more time. Again, remember, you will never pass things away again. Make it count. So whatever even the tick 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 tick, that the watch, the pins are actually, it is going hour, not the second, not minute, not actually it is going, that is counting, it is passing on. And if you don't, actually this is not only the things, it is also one every day with that 24 hours, one page is cruelly torn out from the life's dictionary, life's actually that authentic book. So we have to be very careful. We have to, because for with a mission, with a purpose, we have come. We have been given a speculated time. Within that time, we must finish up our duty. This is life. This is as in the outer life in job or something you have come for reputation. This is also life. There is a purpose. So you have come down entirely down from the start to serve a purpose. With a mission you have come. If it is not fulfilled, naturally you have to finally submit your report card. There itself you have found that time could not be. Yes, time was there, but actually it is not utilized. Again, time, don't do what does keep moving. Whatever may be the position, whatever may be the scenario, but thing is that you have to do anything. Only thing you have to do, you have to keep running. Like that is the major factor. Anyway, time and tide waits for none. We'll see Sri Aurobindo's couple of quotations from Sri Aurobindo. Very interestingly, Sri Aurobindo is speaking. There are two states actually. One is ego and another is divine. Ego is playing it is actually perversion of the perversion of the this force Jivatma. So the ego it lasts out of ignorance, it is there. And second one is upper, that is actually it has got everything is there, everything dwells upon, everything depends upon it, that is divine. So to the ego, time is coming. This time to the ego it is a tyrant or a resistance. When there is ego, there is we are staying in the midst of ego, and for this ego, this time is a tyrant or a resistance. Resistance, it opposes the flow. So there is a obstacle, it brings obstacle. Who possess the ego? For the ego, time is a tyrant or a resistance. To the divine, it is an instrument. When time is actually coming to the divine, actually it is proving himself as an instrument. So time is an instrument to the divine, but a tyrant or resistance to the ego, what is happening, what is playing with us. Second, time is a field of circumstances, and of course time is a field of circumstances, forces meeting and working at a resultant progression whose course it measures. Very interesting. Toply, it is beautifully it is written. Time is a field of circumstances. Natural field of circumstances. Anything. It is a vast field. Circumstances are there. Many different types of circumstances there, and time a field of circumstances and forces. Not only circumstances, also forces meeting and working at a resultant progression. At a point of time, there is a resultant. Different types. Then everything here and there it is working, but a resultant force will be there to counterbalance everything. So whose course it measures. That course of the resultant of the different forces and different circumstances what are working and meeting there. So time is the only factor that measures everything. Then again Sri Aurobindo course one more step ahead. While our effort is personal, two things is that personal effort is necessary as long as the lower nature is active. As long as the lower nature is active, the personal effort of the sadhak remains necessary. So after that we have crossed the line, we have come to the point, then actually that depends upon higher nature will be helpful, it will work in us, and then where higher nature will be seized, the limit will come, then the divine will come and help it. God will come and finish it. So while our effort is personal, out of ego or out of our necessity, this initially our effort is personal. When the personal effort is personal, when we feel we are doing this is personal, because we know this yoga, this is transformation is not possible without any unaided effort. So this added effort must be there, so that this transformation and then perfection will come. So this transformation only can be done by a force infinitely greater than the man's force. It is a very thing. So in here also we are counting the space and the time that plays very important role. We know space and time, life divine we have seen in a big way. So here we are counting space and time. Well, our effort is personal, time appears to be a resistance. The sadhana is a difficult one, and the time should not be grudged. It could not be done. So it is a difficult process. Divine is there to help. We must take their help and feel gratitude. Thank you.